What's going on, guys? Marcus from Wall Street Assassins back at it again with another video. And one question I get a lot from especially beginner traders, family, friends, people who are interested in getting started into the market is basically, Marcus, how much money do I need to start trading stock options, right? They see these prices where we're looking at SPY right now. SPY's trading at $395. Let's say if we look at Tesla over here, Tesla's trading at $133, and they're thinking, wow, if I want to enter this stock and actually make a solid profit that's worth my time, I need to invest thousands of dollars to even see some type of gain. We're looking at Netflix. Netflix just had earnings yesterday, and then Netflix basically took off, and Netflix is trading at a high today at 345. Imagine how many contracts or how many stocks or shares I would have to enter in order to be profitable, to even see, to make it worth it, right? So if you look at Netflix, Netflix went from like 327 to 345. And then you could see, like, if I only had one share or one contract, how much would I be able to make? And the beautiful part about stock options, options is an agreement between you and your broker. And the way these contracts move and the way their price is, each contract is times 100. So this is basically, instead of 25 cents, this is $25. So you could enter one option contract of Netflix, which is trading at $300 for $25. And that's the beauty about trading options, where you could trade these well-named blue chip stocks at these lower price points. You could trade them at $25. You could get it for $260. You could get it for sometimes even more than what the stock is trading for. And the purpose of this is because you're gaining more trading options than actually trading the stock. Like $1 or $2 move in the stock, if you're holding shares, you're only making $2, $3, right? So, but with the options, you're making a lot more since they move a lot quicker. So you could start as little as $100. And I always tell my students, whenever they start trading, to always start with $100. Why? You want to build those good habits, right? You want to trade with something you're comfortable with, right? If you're trading with something that you're comfortable with, where your heart's not in your beating out your chest every time you get into a position, especially as a new trader, you're unaware and you haven't built any good habits to have that edge. You always want to trade with something that you're comfortable with. Not only that, you always want to basically build good habits. You want to have a checklist, right? Before you enter any stock, you want to make sure you have your own checklist. Me, I have my own checklist where I look for my indicators, make sure they're all aligned and stuff like that before I even get in. Only trade high quality setups before you get into any stock. And that's always the main key, right? Trading A plus setups. Especially if you're coming from the 9 to 5 world, right? You're working a job, you feel like you got to make money every day, right? Especially when you come to the market, you're peer pressured by Instagram, you're peer pressured by trading gurus that you're seeing making all this money, and you feel like, whoa, I need to make tons of money. Focus on yourself, be micro focused, keep your blinders on, and basically trade what you see, right? Trade your A quality setups. If you don't see your A quality setup, do not trade at all. Remember, you could trade it with as little as $100 or even $23 over here, as you can see, and even $2, right? As you can see on Tesla. So make sure you basically trade stuff that you feel comfortable trading. Make sure you build your good habits. Make sure you make a checklist. You are your own boss. Focus on consistency. Consistency is key, right? You do not have to trade every day. A lot of people feel like, hey, I got to trade every day to make money. No, you do not. You do not have to trade every day to make money in the stock market. You could trade your high quality setups, and you could only look for those setups. And if you don't see it, don't trade, right? If I don't see my setup, I am not trading. I do not feel comfortable. Nope. Pause. Pineapples, right? That's what Kevin Hart said, right? Pineapples, right? I am not trading it. So make sure you trade your A quality setups and make sure you focus on that. Base hits add up, right? A lot of times people feel like, oh my God, I got to make tons of money to even see, like, people are thinking Lamborghinis when they come into the stock market, right? And that is all possible, but you have to build the good habits, right? And base hits add up. If you're making 10% a day, even with a small account, once you start sizing up, once you find your edge and you start sizing up and you're trading with 10,000, that's $1,000, right? 10%, that's $1,000 per trade with just 10%. And 10% is very easy to make when it comes to trading stock options, right? If you're making 10% a day for 5 days, right? 5 trading days, that's $5,000. Most people don't even make that in a month. So make sure you focus on A quality setups. Not saying you got to go for that 5,000. Shoot, make 3 10% trades, right? If you're trading, once you size up, you start trading with 10,000, you make 3 10% trades. That's an extra 3 grand in your pocket. You're going to work. That's a vacation with your family. Make sure you guys take those base hits and don't get greedy. Greed is what kills people in the market. You're thinking, whoa, I took 10%. This thing went to 100. This thing went to 50%. This thing went to X, Y, and Z. Focus on you. Take those base hits. Protect your downside. A lot of times, I say trading is like driving, right? When you first get into driving or you first start driving, you always want to jump on the gas, right? You want to press go, 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 right? But meanwhile, you end up finding out the brakes are more important than the gas pedal, right? You pressing the gas, you got to make a turn, you got to jump on the brake. Somebody's in front of you, you got to jump on the brake. And the brake in the stock market is your stop loss. Make sure you guys are using a stop loss to protect you, right? For overall downside. Me, I typically set my stop loss at the break of the trade line that I'm trading or the stock chart I'm trading, right? So if I'm looking at the 1 minute, I'm setting my stop loss maybe at the break of the 1 minute trade line. This way I keep a tight stop, make sure I'm in it to win it, right? And cut your losses quickly. Never be ashamed of being wrong. We're always human. We're only human. We could only see what we see in front of us. And sometimes have our blinders on and we are like, hey, I have a bullish outlook on Tesla. I want this thing to go to the moon. And it doesn't have to happen that way, right? It doesn't have to happen. And sometimes it could end up going to the moon. But you got to be content with taking those base hits, being consistent, and you could always start trading with $100 when it comes to basically trading stock options. And like I showed you, you could even go lower than that, right? So make sure you trade with what's comfortable for you and build those good habits. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace. Leave a like and comment below.